All right, this is Roger with Roger's Reviews, and I went ahead and bought a couple more of these rapid radios. I started off with two, and then I added two more, and now we're probably going to add 2 to 4 more radios. I started off with just two because I wasn't sure, just wanted to kind of test them out, see how they worked, and I bought them off of Amazon. You can buy them directly, but through Amazon, you order them, they're there almost the next day. So within 24 to 48 hours, you have them, and you can call the 1-800 number to help you set them up. You can do everything online. You can activate them online. If you call them directly, they will set them up for you. But I found sometimes I just want to order some, get them in the mail next day, get them charged up, and activate them myself. If you do have multiple people you want to contact, like what I do is I have one set up for family, another channel set up for business, so I can switch back and forth. I can talk to all my guys in the business group, and then I can talk to all my family on the family group. And then you can even go inside the group and say I want to talk to my foreman, my ground guy, whoever. I can basically go through there, scroll through, and then hit this button, and it puts a check next to the person I want to talk to, and then it's just directly us talking one-to-one. And then if I want to talk to the whole group, basically I just go to work, and it talks to everybody at once. They can talk back and forth so everybody hears the information. But it's been a game changer at work because basically, when you're you're running a chainsaw, you're driving trucks, sometimes you don't always have time to stop what you're doing, dial a phone number, hope they answer, hope they can hear the phone. This way, we were working in Gainesville last week before last, and these came in super handy. I gave it to my guys, and they were able to basically locate the job site. They had the wrong directions, they had the wrong address, and they were able to immediately change directions and get to and meet up basically without having to miss too many turns or turn everything around. Because if you're driving a big truck with a trailer, you can't really make those mistakes. One mistake can take you 10 minutes out of the way or have you turn it into a situation where you can't get turned around. So this gives you immediate response. If you're going down the road and you see the turn, you can tell everybody immediately, hey, we need to turn right here. So that way everybody can be on the same page. Also too, we've been different towns away, 100 miles away from each other. They still work fine. I'm going to send a pair to my my sister. She lives in Seattle. I also have another sister that lives in Phoenix. She basically has those prepaid cards for calling, and so sometimes she can't always get a hold of us. Also too, I have one, my mom's 80, going to be 84. She can't hear the phone really well, so sometimes she forgets where her phone's at. It's charging in another room. You're calling her, multiple times. You're worried about her. So with these, you can leave them on, and you can turn the volume way up. And basically, if this volume's all the way up and you hit it, you can pretty much hear it through her whole house. Sometimes her phone signal drops. Also too, she doesn't always have her phone charged. With this one, with the rapid radios, it lasts multiple days. So I usually stop by and see my mom within every 3 or 4 days. So by the time I come over there and check on her, the battery is still good. I can plug it back in for an hour or two, charge it back up, and then it's good for another 4 or 5 days. So basically, this thing's always on, and you can set it up for hers. I set it up. I called the 1-800 number and I said, this is for my mom and my daughter. Basically, all we need to do is talk back and forth to each other. So we set up a group on hers. So basically, only thing she hears is mine, and we can talk back and forth. She doesn't have to hit anything. It's just programmed basically just for us. And then on my radio, I have it programmed for my family and my work. so I can switch back and forth. I can talk to everybody, or I can just talk to my family, or I can just talk to the guys at work. So it's super handy, and it's really inexpensive. Basically, these radios, like to buy them, they're only like $1.99 per radio. The more you buy, the cheaper they get. So if you buy a pack of 8 or 10, you can buy up to 200 radios. So if you have a bigger business and you need 200 radios, they get cheaper the more you buy. I just buy 2 at a time. What's nice, the first, when you buy the radios, the first year is already paid for. So basically, you're paying $150 for the radio, and you're paying $50 for the service, because every additional year is $50 per radio. So basically, it's like $4 or $5 a month, 10 cents a day, 13 cents a day. It's like negligible. This is the cheapest, most efficient way to basically talk to somebody. So if you can't afford a cell phone, or you can't afford to buy everybody a cell phone, this is basically the cheapest way to go as far as service. I have the least expensive cell phone service. I have I think it's 4 phones for $100 a month. And I'm grandfathered in. You can't get that deal anywhere else. And this is still so much cheaper than having a cell phone. So everybody can have one of these in your family, and basically you can prepay. I went online and I paid for next year, so I already have this year and next year. So I have 2 years already prepaid. And these are really durable. You can get extra battery packs for them. You basically just hit this button and it pops the back off. So you can you probably never need to, but if you have a business where you're using these 24/7, you can buy an extra battery, and then basically this battery can be charged by itself independently. It's just a UBC charger, which is on most of your newer phones, electronics. So they do give you a charger for this. I think it's over there right now. But I just use the charger that was in my car for my cell phone. And as long as that red light comes on and it turns green when it's charged, you're good to go. You just hold this button down, and within a few seconds it turns on. It lets you know, it takes a few seconds, you'll see a QR code, and then within a few seconds, like maybe 10 or 20 seconds, it'll switch over, and it'll show your groups. Basically every group can be a radio. You probably have 200 groups, I'm not sure, but I just have 2 groups right there, and then I can just scroll through the groups, and then you just hold this down and they respond immediately. So there is like a 1/10 of a second of delay or something like that, but I mean, you don't really realize it unless you're talking like right next to each other. But as far as transmitting, I mean, it goes all the way across the United States in like a 1/10 of a second, so they're not going to basically know. Perfect communication. I think every business should have one of these, especially if you're out in the field and you need to talk to everybody and you don't want to mess with cell phones. Also too, these are encrypted, so every transaction's a different encoding, so they're really hard to trace, hard to track, hard to listen to. So I think these should be, I think a lot of law enforcement, firefighters, anybody that has a big team out in the field, they're water resistant, so you can use them in the rain. I also bought my guys some mouthpieces, so you can basically connect these to a pair of headsets, anything that fits in there. You can, just like the law enforcement, or basically the firefighters, have the little clip here. You can hang this on your belt or behind you, and then the little speaker and the transmitter is right here, so you can just basically grab it and talk through it. I think they also have stuff where you can put it in your ear and you just touch it to talk, but basically you hear it. Anybody that on your channel, you hear the information going across. So really recommend these. I mean, they're just super durable, super cheap, and they work. So I'll leave a link in the description, but have an awesome day.